Hey squad, I'm coming at you today with a little bit of a different video because I am going to tackle this closet. If you've been around here for a little while, you might remember me decorating this nursery and then redecorating it when it became a shared nursery. Well, now it is no longer a shared room. Abram has his own room and that video will be coming soon. But I am tackling this closet, which has gotten to be kind of a mess. So I want to take you guys along with me. I want to show you some of the pitfalls with the storage in this closet. I want to show you just some of the things that I need to work on. It's not awful, but there are some areas for improvement, and so I'm going to take you along and show you what I do and how I plan to move forward. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Kelly. I like to share about yard sales, thrifty shopping, thrifty living, simple living, all of that kind of stuff. So if you like that, then make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get notified every time I post a video. Okay, let's get started. I would say that I'm like an average clean person. I'm not messy, but I'm not the most organized person. So we have like organized chaos up here, and my goal is to eliminate the chaos and it just be organized. The main thing that I have going on with these bins is that I don't actually know what's in them. So I have a few things in mind to help me remember what's in them, and that will help with a lot of things going forward. So I'm going to show you guys what's in them, and then I'm going to show you the changes I'm going to make. And maybe if you have some bins in your house, especially if they are high up like these ones are, then you might find these tips helpful. So I started like you do with most great organizing projects, which is making a mess. So right now my plan is that I'm going to go through all of these bins and I'm going to see what's here. I'm going to take inventory. If it is something that is sentimental that my kids have outgrown, because that is a huge issue for me that I don't have a good system for yet, but that's something that I'm hoping to accomplish here. If it's something that is sentimental that they have outgrown, I'm going to set it aside, and it is probably going to go in a box to go up in the attic. So that will be set aside, and then it won't take up any room in the closet anymore. The other thing that I'm going to do is I've got these cards here. If you guys watch my video about birthdays, you'll know that I make my own cards usually. So I'm just going to take these. They've not been folded yet. It's just a plain card. And I'm going to take inventory of what is in each box once I get them organized. And then I'm going to do two things. So I'm going to take a picture of everything laid out on the floor before I put it back in that box. And beside that, it's going to have the card next to it that says what size those clothes are. And then on the card, I'm also going to list out roughly what's in that box. I also do this usually when I'm putting away Christmas decorations. It just kind of helps to stay organized. But by taking a picture, I can have this on my phone. And then when I'm out at yard sales or thrifting and I can't remember what things I have already for Andy or Abram in the next size, I can just go and look and say, oh, she already has 2 jackets in 24 months, so I don't need another one. That's sometimes something that I run into, especially if it's maybe a size that's a little bit far in advance. You know, if it's something that I'm going to be using in the next season, I'll probably remember. But if it's something that I was going to put back, then I'll likely forget that I have it. So I'm hoping that taking the pictures of the items and then putting the list of what's in each bin will really help me to remember, and things will be a little bit better. I started by addressing all of the things that were sentimental first, and then anything that needed to be fixed, mended, stains removed, I tossed those out the door so they could be dealt with accordingly. And then I started separating everything by size. Alright, so it is a few days later, and if you look behind me, things are looking much better than they were previously. So I'm going to go through and show you the few things that I did, and I really think that it looks pretty great. So you saw me go through the bins and label everything, take pictures, and those pictures will be in an album on my phone. That way, whenever I'm at yard sales, when I'm at thrift stores, and I want to look for something for Abram and Andy, I can look and see if I've already got that in that upcoming size or not. I think this will help me to not feel so overwhelmed and kind of have more purpose when I'm going thrifting and yard selling. And then also, I won't get back into that habit of just tossing things up there, which is kind of what I was doing before. I just thought, oh, it doesn't fit them now, and then I would toss it up there, and then I had no idea what was up there or what sizes I had. The other noticeable change is this clean dresser. Like I said, Abram has his big boy room and we have not yet decorated that, so we're working towards that. This closet will not stay looking the same. Once we have a little bit more room in this room, things are going to shift a little bit. But for right now, the dresser is staying there. So I just wanted the top of it to be clear. It was mainly cluttered with things that they had outgrown, but I wasn't sure if they were sentimental or not. So I went through and decided donate or keep, and those keep things are going to go in a box in the attic. I added one of Andy's little blankets there and kind of made this feel a little bit more feminine, a little more like her room, and just some intentional decor on the dresser so that it didn't look cluttered like it felt before. The other change that we made was a few of these bins held overflow toys, and we would sort of rotate those out. Well, the playroom had just gotten to be kind of a mess, and it had gotten to the point where we had so many toys that it was taking too long to clean up the playroom. So I knew that we probably needed to look at downsizing the toys. So we started going through everything and started deciding, you know, what to keep and what to donate. Abram was a part of the entire process. Andy's not quite old enough to understand or grasp this concept yet, but at 4 years old, Abram could really understand, and I was really proud of him. He did a really great job of deciding what he wanted to donate and what he wanted to keep. And I think that this was really important for us and for our relationship. I think it's really important to build that trust and for him to learn that when I get in the mood to declutter and kind of open up our space a little bit, that these are his things. They belong to him, not to me, and we can go through them together. And he really was good about saying, you can donate that, you can let that go, I want to keep that. And we wound up having an entire box and then an entire large bag of toys that we were able to donate. We had a lot of duplicates, like we had 3 shape sorters and they weren't really getting used, and those shape pieces were just getting scattered everywhere. So we did donate at least one of the shape sorters and kept the other 2, things like that. He also had a lot of cars, a lot of trucks, tractors, so we were able to donate quite a few of those. But I think that was really good for both of us, and I think it was good to build that trust with him, and I told him I will never get rid of anything that belongs to him without talking to him about it first. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it inspires you, especially if you have bins up top like this that can sort of just be a catch-all and you don't really know what's in them. I think that this system will really be helpful going forward, and hopefully we can keep it looking nice and clean like this. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have not yet subscribed, make sure that you click that red bell, and I will be talking to you soon.